Good morning, folks, and welcome to another edition of City Hall Live, or maybe good afternoon if you're watching this, or maybe late night if you're watching it like at 2 in the morning, which I don't think so. But thank you for joining us here on City Hall Live. Our guest today is Gilda Montaño. She is the Keep Santa Fe Beautiful Program Manager. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Yes. So I know, how long have you've been doing this a while, right?
A long time.
So
I've been with Keep Santa Fe Beautiful for over 23 years.
That's crazy. Because it's funny, because you go down to your office, and in the hallway you see these pictures of you when you were just like fresh out of high school, right?
Yeah.
You haven't changed much, though. I said, I was going to say, hey, Gilda, was this taken last week?
Yeah.
No, Joe, that was in high school. Oh, sorry about that.
Yeah.
But that's great. But I mean, what it shows is that you've seen an evolution of this program, right?
Yes.
How has it changed in these last 23 years?
Well,
is it taken more seriously now than it was taken way back when?
well, we have a lot of volunteers who are very, and I don't think it's just in Santa Fe, but throughout the world.
Yeah.
More people are worried about recycling and a nice environment, a home environment, and litter and that sort of stuff. So it has grown over the years. Like I said, the recycling has taken a whole different turn since I started, especially in Santa Fe. You know, we've made a lot of changes ourselves, but it has changed over the 23 years.
Yes. No, I gotcha. I mean, I remember as a kid, and you probably do because we're similar in age, that seeing the Native American with the tear coming down.
Iron Eyes Cody.
Yeah, Iron Eyes Cody,
Yes.
who was Italian.
Yeah.
Wasn't even Native American.
Right.
He was Italian.
Right.
But it impacted me saying, oh, littering is bad.
Yes.
Right. And then there was these laws that you couldn't throw stuff out the window because you would be you're charged with littering.
Yeah.
But I remember when that became a law, and that was in the 80s, maybe?
That was in the 70s.
Oh, it was in the 70s that happened.
That's a Keep America Beautiful PSA, actually.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Yeah, and that was done in the 70s, and Iron Eyes Cody, to this day, Keep America Beautiful gives a recipient every year an Iron Eyes Cody award for, doing great things, but that was one of the first.
It?
No, the woman's is a...
Iron Eyes Colleen?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Okay.
It's actually Lady Bird Johnson Award for women. Because she was actually, when her husband was in office as president, she actually really helped Keep America Beautiful. And they're from Texas, so she did a lot of stuff in Texas as far as beautification.
Gotcha.
So that is the Woman's Award, which I've never received. But,
maybe we need to get one for you.
well,
You only have a few more months, right?
Yeah, I'll be eligible to retire soon. I don't know.
Maybe we need to let people know not to let you go, right? Because you do such a great job.
Well, thank you.
So Santa Fe they call it the city different for a lot of reasons, but I know that people really do care about the environment here. The community is very, very, if something's coming up that we have to do, we have to pull our bootstraps up, everyone's going to come together to make sure that it happens.
Right.
I know that it happened with our water shortage in 2001 during that whole 2002 thing with the drought. And I'm assuming then when it comes to recycling and stuff, people love to participate. They don't have a problem placing stuff in bins, recycling, separating their trash, that type of thing, right?
Right. We just recently changed from recycling bins to recycling carts. Glass is no longer taken at the curb, and a lot of people thought that nobody was going to recycle glass, and actually our drop-offs get a lot of glass. So a lot of people care about recycling glass, even though they have to take it to a drop-off. I think people are happy with the carts because they can recycle more. And it wasn't that big of a deal to not take glass at the curb. So you're right. They're pulling up their bootstraps and doing what they have to do to recycle.
And also with that, and we're going to talk about this. I know you have the fall cleanup coming up this Saturday.
Yes.
So this Saturday, the fall cleanup, and we'll get into the details later on. But of these cleanups that you guys do, because you guys do it twice a year, right?
Spring
and
is
fall.
The Great American Cleanup, and then Toss-No-Moss Fall Cleanup.
Okay. So with those times that you have done this, has littering become less, more? How has it been? Stayed the same?
Well, I think that the litter problem, it doesn't seem as bad, but there's still litter out there.
Okay.
So I think our bag ban has been a huge plus for us.
You've noticed a difference?
I have noticed a difference
Okay.
because I've gone to other cities within the state that don't have the bag ban,
Yeah.
and I could see the difference.
There's a difference.
There is a difference.
Okay.
So I think that's really helped, but we still have the fast food items that are on the ground, and unfortunately cigarette butts. People are, even though we have a dry climate here, and we have fire issues, people are still throwing their cigarette butts out, but there still is litter.
Gotcha. What about big litter, like people throwing tires and appliances and stuff like that? Do you think the programs that other places has alleviated that?
It has really helped
Okay.
out. I mean, I'm not saying that there still isn't illegal dumping, but it's like our amnesty days that the transfer station holds twice a year, and other events. That has really helped a lot.
Okay.
So people have an option to take things free, and the illegal dumping, there isn't as much of it as it used to be. I used to get a lot of calls about illegal dumping, and that's cut.
So no more refrigerators that have like the single handle that you open like your grandmother has.
Yeah, no.
That type of thing. And you mentioned Amnesty Day.
Yes.
So Amnesty Day is also this weekend too, right?
Yes, it coincides with our cleanup. So in the spring, they have a whole weekend at the transfer station, and then for our fall cleanup, they are also going to have Amnesty Weekend.
So does that include electronics?
No, electronics and household hazardous waste is going to be in November.
Okay.
So we'll have to come back on and tell you about that back in November, and coming up in November.
Okay.
That will be another Amnesty Day.
Okay, so I'm sorry, what's going on this weekend as far as amnesty? There's no amnesty going on this weekend at all?
Yes, there is.
There is. What is it?
It's trash amnesty.
Trash amnesty.
That includes garbage, unwanted, like if you're cleaning up your yard before winter and the snow, anything that you collect in your yard. There's bulky items like appliances, furniture, mattresses, and box springs.
Okay.
And remodeling and building materials, carpet, tiles, concrete, any of that you want to get rid of, you can take to the transfer station on Saturday and Sunday.
Okay. For no charge or just?
It's free.
It's free. So do you have to be a resident within the county or within the city to be able to do
well,
that?
it is for Santa Fe residents. I'm not sure what how they verify.
If they have with the county.
Yeah, they may ask you if you're from the city or the county.
And you go, yeah. Right?
Well, you tell them if you live in the county or in the city, because they like to keep track of.
But the transfer station is a joint city. It's a county city joint. There you go. Yes. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool.
So residents can take any trash.
Collaboration.
There
Let's
you
use
go.
that word instead.
Yeah.
People know what we were talking about.
Exactly.
I got you. Great. So that's happening this weekend. So that's awesome.
Yeah.
That is great. Okay. So if I want to participate in the fall cleanup, or maybe get a group of kids, I've noticed in the past that that some coaches like to teach the little leaguers like baseball, football, softball. They want to have their players be involved in the community, right? Show them to give back. So they like to participate in this.
Well, they have to participate in order to get, in order to use our parks for their leagues. All the leagues are obligated to participate in the fall cleanup and in the spring cleanup. There's actually an ordinance that states that. So we have, actually during registration, we have a separate registration just for leagues. So leagues are responsible for coming and having their teams participate. Now, if we don't have anybody from those leagues, then leagues won't get a park permit. So to use the parks for their leagues. So they are obligated to participate.
So how do you keep track of that? Because it just seems it's just one of those things that you make sure that they're.
Well, like I said, during registration, so at our registration on Saturday, we'll have two separate areas. One for our Tosnumas fall cleanup volunteers who want to go out and clean up their neighborhood or somewhere else, and then we'll have a separate table for the leagues.
Gotcha.
So any leagues that come in will have a separate registration form, and then what we'll do is Barbara Lopez, who handles all the rentals of the parks, will get copies of all the leagues that came in to participate for the cleanup.
Pretty
so
cool.
She knows who's actually been out there.
Pretty efficient.
Yes.
Okay, so let's say for the people that are not required to be there, that want to be a part of it? How would they go about it?
So they just come, we have registration from 7 to 9 a.m. on Saturday
Okay.
at Seiler Road.
Okay.
It's 1142 Seiler Road, and that's
Okay.
our city offices. And they can come in and register, whether it's a family or if they have a church group that wants to clean up. We have some kids who need to do community service, or anybody who needs to do community service. They can come that day, and we provide gloves and bags, and we'll give them a t-shirt, and they can let us know where they want to clean up, and then we can pick up the bags for them. Everything that they've collected,
Gotcha.
our guys from the Environmental Services Division and the Parks Division will go out and pick it up.
And then this lasts till how long?
So our cleanup, the Toss-to-Moss Fall Cleanup Day starts, we start registration at 7.
Okay.
And we have registration from 7 to 9, so anybody can come in, register, and go out and clean up.
Okay.
And they usually clean up, lasts till 12 noon.
Okay.
And our guys will go out, they'll be out throughout that time, but after 12, they'll go out one more time and make sure they've collected everything.
Okay.
So it's usually till 12.
Okay, great. Awesome. T-shirt or anything like that, or do they
Yes,
get like
we're going to get gloves,
Okay.
bags, and we'll have bags that they can use for recycling. So
Okay.
if they can separate, if they collect trash and recycling, they'll have 2 different bags.
Awesome.
And then we'll also give them a t-shirt.
Awesome.
So they'll have gloves, t-shirts, and bags.
And they'll be set to go.
And we'll also have coffee and donuts.
Awesome.
Starbucks is donating
Oh,
coffee
great.
to us, and
Oh,
Dunkin'
awesome.
Donuts will be donating the donuts, and we'll have bagels and stuff, so they can get a little snack before they go out.
The energy, and they go out and do it.
Yeah.
That is awesome. That is great. Okay, so that's happening this Saturday.
Yes.
The 23rd.
Yes.
And more information, they can call?
Yes, 955-2215.
Okay.
Or they can email us at Santa Fe Beautiful at santafenm.gov.
Awesome.
SF Beautiful, sorry, SF Beautiful.
That's great. One last thing. How was the Zobra this year? You have a lot of volunteers for that?
We did. We actually cleaned up Fort Marcy Park and the park by the complex like in 45 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah. We,
That's pretty good.
It's amazing how fast that we can get it cleaned up. And
Because it does look like it's a mess after
It
it's
is.
done. You'd be surprised.
Yes.
It's surprising when you go the next morning, because we'd sometimes have to tear down
Right.
our staging equipment and stuff. You say, wow, this
Yes.
looks great.
yeah, so we did get the park cleaned up, and the next day a lot of our city employees went out and cleaned up the side roads, and I think there were other volunteers out there also, so it did get cleaned up. There was a lot of people, but yeah, it was good.
Awesome.
Yes.
Well, great. Gilda, thank you so much for
Thank
coming
you.
on today. Congratulations on your career here too.
Thanks.
Also, I hope next year you're here just because
Thank
you're
you.
a cool person.
Thanks.
You're one of the cool people here at the city. So
Well, thank you very
But
much.
if
I
you don't,
appreciate that.
congratulations on that
Well,
too.
thanks. Yeah, I haven't made up my mind yet,
Yeah.
but yeah.
It's all good.
Yeah.
Take your time, man. I don't think there's anybody knocking on the door, So that's really good. So thanks again. I appreciate
Well,
it.
thank you very much.
Awesome.
Joe. All right.
Thank you, folks, for joining us today, and have a safe weekend. Have a great weekend. I want to thank our director and producer, or both directors, Christina McCandless and Adrian Avitia. So thanks again, folks. We'll see you next week. Adios.